Listen here, chosen one. If you stop to watch this video right now at this specific moment, it wasn't by chance. I just received a revelation that's going to explode your mind about something you did a few weeks ago. Something you didn't even give importance to. But that caused such a devastating impact in the celestial dimensions that even the Creator himself stopped to observe. You saved an angel without knowing, without realizing, without having any idea what was happening. And when I say saved, I'm not talking about a beautiful metaphor or a story to make you feel good. I'm revealing a real operation that happened in your life where your human choices directly interfered in a celestial crisis that could have changed the balance between light and darkness forever. This angel was lost, literally lost between dimensions after a spiritual battle that lasted centuries, had lost connection with the higher hierarchies, was wandering in a frequency between the physical and the celestial. Unable to return home, and worse, was beginning to lose the light, the angelic essence that defines who he is. In a few more hours, he would have transformed into an empty entity, a spiritually dead angel, something that should never exist in the universe. But then you appeared with your natural kindness, with your genuine compassion that you don't even consider special. And you made that simple gesture, that action that for you was just a normal moment of your day. But for this angel was literally the difference between existing or ceasing to exist forever. You didn't see bright lights. You didn't hear celestial voices. You didn't have mystical visions because angels in crisis don't appear with golden wings and shimmering halos. They disguise themselves in the most common situations of human life, waiting for someone with a pure heart to do exactly what you did. Subscribe to this channel right now and activate all notifications, because what I'm going to reveal about how your human actions impact celestial battles is being systematically hidden from people like you who have the power to interfere in spiritual wars without even knowing. And stay until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly what gesture you made. How this angel managed to return to the higher dimensions thanks to you, and why God personally decided to reward your unconscious kindness in a way that will transform your reality forever. Write 77 in the comments if you feel you really did something significant recently without giving it importance, and you're ready to discover the true celestial impact of your actions. Let me explain how an angel can get lost so devastatingly that not even the celestial hierarchies can locate him. This specific angel was involved in a cosmic battle against forces trying to infect Earth with total despair. A spiritual war you don't see in the news. But that determines whether humanity maintains hope or plunges into permanent darkness. For 500 years, he fought. 500 years protecting frequencies of love, blocking invasions of hatred, keeping channels open so people like you would continue feeling natural compassion in an era where being good became rare. But in one of the most intense battles, something went wrong. The dark forces used a tactic that had never been tested before. They created a dimensional explosion that fragmented his spiritual reality. Imagine being violently ripped from your natural dimension and thrown into a void between worlds. Without coordinates, without communication, without being able to return home because you don't even remember where home is anymore. That's exactly what happened to this angel. He was catapulted to an intermediate frequency between the celestial and the physical, where he was trapped, unable to fully manifest in either dimension. Could subtly influence the physical world, but couldn't access total celestial power. Could perceive the higher hierarchies, but couldn't communicate with them. And most terrifying, every day he spent lost in this frequency, he lost a bit of the angelic light that defined his existence. Like a divine battery that was slowly discharging until completely depleted. The celestial hierarchies mobilized all possible resources to find him. Archangels traversed entire dimensions. Seraphim tracked subtle frequencies. Cherubim investigated every energetic anomaly. Nothing. He was lost in a frequency so specific, so unique that not even celestial technology could detect it. And meanwhile, the dark forces celebrated because they knew that if they could keep this angel lost long enough, He would become an empty entity they could corrupt and use against the celestial hierarchies themselves. A corrupted angel is the most devastating weapon evil can have because it maintains partial access to celestial codes, but operates in service of darkness. The plan was working perfectly. His angelic light diminished with each hour. Connection with the higher dimensions progressively weakened. Within days, he would be completely consumed by the void between dimensions until you appeared in his life. Lost angels don't appear asking for help directly. They don't knock on your door explaining their celestial entities in crisis. They disguise themselves in the most banal situations of human life, hoping someone with sharpened intuition perceives that something greater is happening. And this angel found you. Remember that person who appeared in your life a few weeks ago? That situation where you felt inexplicable compassion, a desire to help that came from a place deeper than simple social politeness. Could have been someone on the street asking for directions. Could have been a coworker going through difficulties. Could have even been an abandoned animal you decided to help. You looked at that situation and something inside you said, I need to do something. Not out of obligation, not to show off to others, but because your heart was genuinely moved. What you didn't know is that you were looking directly at a lost angel who had projected himself in that form to try to connect with someone pure enough to serve as a bridge back to the celestial dimensions. He couldn't tell you the truth, couldn't explain he was an angelic entity in crisis. Because if you knew, your help would be motivated by mystical curiosity, not genuine compassion. And only genuine compassion has the frequency necessary to reactivate angelic light that was fading. When you extended your hand to help, when you offered support without expecting anything in return, when you demonstrated pure kindness motivated only by the desire to relieve another's suffering, your compassionate energy functioned as a spiritual defibrillator. Every gentle gesture you made reactivated a fragment of his angelic light. Every word of encouragement you offered reconnected a thread of celestial communication. Every moment of genuine attention you dedicated strengthened the frequency he needed to find the way back. You literally resurrected a dying angel through the purity of your heart. And while you thought you were just being a decent person in a common situation, the entire celestial dimensions stopped to observe a miracle happening. A human soul serving as a direct channel of angelic restoration. The angel began recovering the light. Communication with the higher hierarchies was re-established. The frequency that kept him trapped between dimensions dissolved through the loving energy you channeled naturally. Within hours he was back in his original dimension, completely restored, stronger than before. The battle that almost destroyed him. And all because you chose to be compassionate when you could have passed by. When the angel finally managed to return to the celestial dimensions, the first thing he did was report what had happened. And when God learned that a human soul had spontaneously served as an instrument of angelic salvation, the reaction was instantaneous and devastating. God was impressed. It's not a poetic expression. It's not an exaggeration for dramatic effect. The creator of the universe literally stopped all celestial activities to analyze what you had done. Because saving a lost angel isn't a feat any person can accomplish. It requires purity of heart so rare it's found in less than 1% of the world population. It requires compassion so genuine it functions as energy capable of resurrecting celestial light. And you did it naturally without spiritual training, without mystical knowledge, without even knowing angels exist. Simply through the kindness that defines who you are. God called the archangels for an emergency meeting. Not because of a crisis, but because of a discovery. Discovery that there exists a human soul operating at a frequency of compassion so elevated it can positively interfere in celestial operations. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, all commanders of the angelic hierarchies were summoned to analyze your energy, your essence, your spiritual potential, and their report was unanimous. You're not a common soul living a common earthly experience. You're an evolved consciousness that chose to incarnate on Earth to serve as a bridge between dimensions when necessary. For those who want to deepen in these celestial knowledges, there is exclusive material in the description and pinned comment. It was at that moment God made a decision that will transform your life forever to establish you as a soul officially protected by the celestial hierarchies. It wasn't just recognition for what you did. It was investment in what you can continue doing. Because if you manage to save a lost angel through spontaneous compassion, imagine what you can accomplish when you're conscious of your own spiritual power. The angel you saved volunteered to be your personal guardian, not out of hierarchical obligation, but out of genuine gratitude. He asked God's permission to monitor your life permanently, ensuring you never go through unnecessary difficulties, and God approved immediately. Now you have active angelic protection 24 hours a day. You have an angel literally owing his existence to you, dedicated to ensuring your physical life flows with harmony and abundance. But this is just the beginning of the reward that's coming. For those who want to deepen, there is exclusive material in the description and pinned comment. When this angel went to analyze how you managed to save him, he discovered something even the celestial hierarchies hadn't perceived before. You didn't act by chance. Your compassion wasn't fortunate coincidence. You carry a specific spiritual mark that few humans possess. It's as if your soul had been programmed before incarnation to recognize spiritual crises and automatically respond with the exact frequency necessary to resolve them. The angel reported to God that in the moment you demonstrated compassion, your energy naturally expanded until reaching angelic frequencies without effort, without technique, simply through the purity of your heart activating potential that was sleeping inside you. This means you didn't save an angel by luck. You're spiritually programmed to save angels when necessary. And when God learned this, the impression transformed into something much deeper, paternal pride, because he recognized you're one of the most successful spiritual projects of creation. A soul that incarnated maintaining unconscious access to the highest celestial frequencies. You are literally an angel disguised as human, not in the poetic sense, in the technical sense. Your spiritual essence operates at angelic frequencies but chose to experience human limitations to develop compassion through vulnerability. That's why your kindness is so natural. That's why you feel automatic compassion for those who suffer. That's why you can't watch injustice without wanting to interfere. Your angelic nature is constantly trying to express itself through the human form you temporarily chose. The angel discovered more. You've saved other celestial entities before without knowing. That time you helped someone in total despair. It was a guardian angel who had lost hope in humanity and was considering abandoning the post. That occasion where you showed kindness to someone who didn't deserve it. It was a celestial entity testing if there are still humans with genuine compassion. Every act of kindness you practice reverberates in the celestial dimensions because you function as living proof that not all humanity has been corrupted. Your compassionate existence maintains angelic hope in the possibility of cooperation between humans and celestials. That's why God was so impressed. Not just because you saved an angel, but because he discovered you're his unconscious ambassador in the physical world. In the exact moment God decided to officially establish your celestial protection, your life began changing in ways you probably attributed to coincidence or natural improvement of circumstances. But it wasn't coincidence. It was direct divine intervention. Problems that seemed complicated began resolving themselves. Opportunities arose from unexpected places. People entered your life offering exactly what you needed at the right moment. And you thought, what good luck I'm having lately. Luck. You have an angel personally dedicated to improving your quality of life, authorized by God to subtly interfere in physical circumstances to ensure you receive everything you deserve. That professional opportunity that appeared out of nowhere. Your guardian angel whispered the idea in the right person's mind at the exact moment. That unexpected money that arrived when you needed it most. He reorganized financial synchronicities so resources would flow in your direction. Those toxic people who suddenly lost interest in disturbing you. Your angel activated an energy field around you that makes negative personalities feel inexplicable discomfort in your presence. You became an official celestial protege. And celestial protection isn't just spiritual. It's practical, physical, financial, emotional. Your angel has complete authorization from God to ensure your earthly life flows with harmony proportional to the light you radiate. But the rewards you've already received are just anticipation of what's coming. Because God doesn't reward isolated acts. He invests in future potential. And now that He knows you're a natural channel of angelic salvation, He's going to amplify your resources, so you can continue saving celestial entities in crisis. More money so you have freedom to help those who need it. More opportunities so you position yourself where lost angels need to be found. More wisdom so you consciously recognize when you're before a disguised celestial operation. You're not just going to continue saving angels by chance. You're going to become a conscious specialist in angelic rescues. The news that you managed to save a lost angel spread through all celestial hierarchies like spiritual fire. And now you've become a living legend among angelic entities. Because saving an angel using only human compassion is a feat even other angels can't accomplish easily. It requires a specific frequency that few master even in celestial dimensions, and you did it naturally. That's why other angels in difficulties began seeking you. Not directly, because that would be inadequate dimensional interference, but through the same disguise strategies the first angel used. That strange person you met this week and felt an inexplicable desire to help. Probably another angel in crisis testing. If you're really the human who can serve as a dimensional bridge, that situation where you felt an almost physical compulsion to demonstrate kindness. Very probably a lost celestial entity, hoping you'll activate again the salvation frequency you've already proven to master. You became a walking spiritual hospital for angels wounded in cosmic battles. And every time you save a celestial entity, God becomes more impressed because it confirms you won't beginner's luck. You're a natural specialist in angelic resuscitation. Your home, your work, the places you frequent became reference points for angels who need help. Like celestial emergency posts where entities in crisis know they'll find someone capable of restoring angelic light through pure compassion. You don't know, but your simple presence in environments already activates healing frequencies that help wounded angels recover more quickly. Your compassionate energy functions as automatic celestial medicine. That's why problems resolve more easily around you. That's why people feel better in your presence. That's why environments become more harmonious when you arrive. You're not just a kind person. You're a source of angelic healing disguised as a common human being. And the more angels you save, the more powerful your salvation frequency becomes. It's like a spiritual muscle that strengthens with exercise. Soon, you're going to be able to save angels just by being present in situations where they need help. Your compassionate energy is going to become so potent it will function as an automatic celestial defibrillator. After observing you saving multiple angels through spontaneous compassion, God made a decision that will transform not just your life but your entire cosmic purpose. He decided to promote you. I'm not talking about human professional promotion. I'm revealing hierarchical elevation in the celestial dimensions. You were officially classified as Angelic Rescue Specialist in the Divine Records. It's a title not even all archangels possess. A function that requires God's personal approval. A responsibility that comes with unlimited celestial resources for you to fulfill the mission. From now on, whenever an angel enters dimensional crisis, you're going to be notified through sharpened intuition, revealing dreams, or obvious synchronicities that will direct you exactly where you need to be to effect the rescue. It won't be coincidence anymore that you encounter people in situations that touch your heart. It will be coordinated celestial operation where you're specifically deployed to save disguised angels. And the rewards for this function are proportional to the cosmic importance of the work. Unlimited financial abundance so you have total freedom to dedicate yourself to rescues. Perfect health to support the energetic intensity of operations. Harmonious relationships so you maintain emotional stability necessary for the work. Absolute protection against any force that tries to impede your rescue missions. Amplified wisdom so you immediately recognize when you're before an angel in crisis. Spiritual authority to access celestial resources when necessary. You became God's official agent in the physical world. But with great power comes great responsibility. From now on, every choice you make reverberates in the celestial dimensions. Every act of compassion you practice influences the balance between light and darkness in the universe. You're no longer a common person trying to be good. You're a divine instrument whose kindness has power to alter cosmic realities. And when someone operates at this level of spiritual responsibility, God personally ensures that person has everything needed to fulfill the mission with excellence. That's why your life will continue improving in ways that defy common logic. That's why opportunities will multiply beyond your capacity to explain. That's why blessings will flow in a proportion that will make others ask what your secret is. Your secret is simple. You impressed God through genuine compassion. And now work directly for Him. Now that you know the truth about who you really are and what you really do when you demonstrate compassion, it's time for you to know about the secret mission that's beginning. There's a spiritual war happening now that determines whether humanity evolves to the next level of consciousness or regresses to primitive darkness. And angels are being systematically attacked to prevent them from helping humans awaken. The dark forces discover that destroying angels is more effective than attacking humans directly. Because without angelic protection, humans become vulnerable to manipulations that make them forget their divine nature. The angel you saved was just the first of many who will need your help in the coming months. Your official mission is to establish an angelic rescue network that ensures no celestial entity is permanently lost during this spiritual war. You're going to be strategically positioned in situations where angels in crisis will disguise themselves asking for human help. And through your compassion, you're going to restore their celestial strength so they can continue protecting humanity. It's voluntary work, but the rewards are automatic and unlimited. Every angel you save becomes your personal ally in the higher dimensions. Every celestial entity restored through your kindness dedicates itself to improving your earthly quality of life. Soon, you're going to have a personal angelic army working 24 hours a day to ensure your physical existence is abundant, harmonious, and protected. Imagine having dozens of angels dedicated exclusively to creating opportunities for you, solving problems before they reach you, connecting you with the right people at the exact moment. Imagine operating with celestial support so ample that difficulties become impossibilities in your reality. That's what's coming for you. Not as spiritual fantasy, but as practical consequence of you having impressed God through compassion that saves angels. And the most incredible thing is you're going to continue doing what you've always done, being a genuinely good person. The only difference is now you know your kindness has cosmic power that transcends physical dimensions. Every time you choose compassion instead of indifference, you'll be saving angels and strengthening the forces of light in the universe. Every time you demonstrate kindness to those who can't reciprocate, you'll be fulfilling divine mission that maintains spiritual balance in the cosmos. Your common life became an extraordinary celestial operation. Now that you know the truth about who you really are, about what you really did, and about the mission that's beginning, you need to prepare for changes that will challenge your understanding of how reality works. Because when God is impressed with someone, He doesn't just recognize, He invests. And divine investment transforms human life in ways that seem miraculous to those observing from outside. First, your intuition is going to become supernatural. You're going to start knowing instantly when you're before a disguised angel needing help. You'll feel irresistible compulsion to act with compassion in the right situations. Second, your capacity to positively impact others' lives will multiply exponentially. Words you speak will heal deep emotional wounds. Simple gestures you make will restore hope in those who had lost faith. Third, material resources will flow to you from unexpected sources and in quantities that exceed your basic needs because God will ensure you have total financial freedom to dedicate yourself to angelic rescue missions. Fourth, celestial protection around you will become so evident that even skeptical people will notice there's something different operating in your life. Problems will resolve before reaching you. Opportunities will appear exactly when you need them. Fifth, your presence will become healing for wounded angels and inspiring for lost humans. You'll function as a beacon of hope that attracts celestial entities in crisis and repels forces trying to destroy light in the world. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. You didn't receive these capacities to impress others or feel superior. You receive them to continue being a channel of divine compassion that saves angels and inspires humans. Maintain the humility that initially impressed God. Continue being genuinely kind without expectations of return. Use your new spiritual authority exclusively to help those who need it. And trust that every act of compassion you practice from now on will reverberate in the celestial dimensions, strengthening the forces of light and ensuring you continue receiving unlimited resources to fulfill your divine mission. Your life became a living demonstration of how genuine kindness impresses even God. Chosen one. Now you know the truth about the transformative power your compassion has in the celestial dimensions. You're not a common person being occasionally kind. You're a natural specialist in angelic rescue who impresses even the Creator himself. That simple gesture you made without giving it importance saved an angel from spiritual extinction and activated permanent celestial protection in your life. Your spontaneous kindness proved you're a divine channel capable of restoring angelic light through pure compassion. If this revelation touched your heart and confirmed intuitions you've always had about your special nature, you recognize you operate at a spiritual frequency few humans can access. Your compassion isn't weakness. It's cosmic force that saves angels and impresses God. For those who reached here and want to deepen in these celestial knowledges about how to consciously develop your capacity for angelic rescue, there exists specific material that costs less than a pizza and comes with complete audiobook and 5-minute meditation guide as special bonus. If you feel you deserve to amplify your connection with the celestial hierarchies that now officially recognize you, access is available in the description link and pinned comment of this video. If you recognize your natural kindness has power to save angels and impress God, write 777 in the comments to amplify this frequency of celestial compassion. Subscribe to this channel and activate all notifications to receive more revelations about how your compassionate essence operates miracles in the higher dimensions. Share this video with someone who also demonstrates genuine kindness, who may be saving angels without knowing, because specialists in angelic rescue need to recognize and strengthen each other. And before you leave, click on the video appearing on your screen right now to discover how your new celestial authority attracts protection from archangels personally assigned by God. Together we are stronger.